two legs? A man sitting on chair, holding drumstick. And then suddenly what came? The dog came and then stole away the drumstick. Okay, so a man raised up chair and throw it towards. Okay, so you see, now you can easily memorize it. Okay, let's do it again. So two legs were sitting on, holding, suddenly four legs came and stole away. So that's why two legs raised up and threw it to. So you see, this is using right way. Okay, right. So this is a better way to study. Okay, using left and right brain. Okay, so okay, about key points about study skills, right? We have our own personal approach to study. Okay, next page. We have our own approach. Approach means the way to study and learn. Okay, everyone has different way of learning. Like some of the people before exam, right? Okay, let's do a survey. Some people they'll study the night before the exam, but some people they say they couldn't. Why is it? Because they will lose the memory once they sleep. Like tomorrow I will be having exam. Today I study until 12 in the midnight. Okay, and then I sleep. The next day when I woke up, I forgot everything. So some people they cannot read, cannot study the night before. They need to study in the morning. So everyone has their own different way approach of studying. Okay, so okay, let's take a look. Like we have different type of learner. Okay, so what type of learner are you? Let's see. Okay, we have four types of learner. Okay, this is the first one is we have we have visual, kinesthetic. Okay, visual, auditory, and reading or writing. Four types. Okay, so the first type is visual learner. Okay, visual learner. Some people they need to visualize things. They like to draw things. Okay, like have you seen your friends drawing when they are having the lessons? When the class, the teacher is teaching, right? They like to draw. They like to doodle on the books. You can see, you know, the history book. There are a lot of politicians talk like right? Some they will add glasses on it, add a mustache. Okay, these kind of people they are visual learners. They like to draw things, visualize things. Okay, so what are the characteristics of visual learner? They like to see charts and diagrams. Okay, they are good at learning by seeing charts and diagrams, and they need to stay quiet. Okay, so some people they can study while listening to the earphone, right? Listening to music. Okay, how many of you can listen to the music and study at the same time? Raise your hand. You can listen to the music. Oh, great. So some people they cannot. They need to focus. They need to be very quiet. For this kind of learner, right? They need to stay in a very very quiet place. Okay. But if you want to listen to song, right? Okay, my opinion is that listen to songs with the language you doesn't know. For example, if you want to study, right, and you want to listen to the song at the same time, okay, try not to listen to Mandarin song, okay. Try to listen to like Thailand song, Thailand song, okay, the one cup, okay, and then the Indian song. Maybe Korean song, okay, is also considerable, okay, and Japanese song is also as well. Okay, think in pictures. This kind of learner they need to think in pictures, okay, take detailed notes, and then like to sit at the front of the class. I don't know whether it's true, okay. They like to see very closely, okay. So, and then the second one would be auditory listener, auditory learner, okay. So some people they doesn't like to look at something, they like to listen. Okay, these kind of people they tend to speak very slowly, explain things very well, and explain things in depth. Okay, and then they are natural listener. Okay, do you have friends who doesn't talk very much? They are very quiet, and then we are having gathering, and then we are talking to each other. There will be some people, okay, a kind of people they will stay there, like they are invisible. And we don't know even they are present in the gathering. Okay? Hey, you are here. When do you came? I have come for 1 hour. Oh, I see. Okay. So these kind of people, they tend to be very quiet. Okay. They are natural listeners. They are good listeners. Okay. So whatever you say, they will listen to you closely. They will repeat things. Okay. They will repeat the things that you say. Did you say whatever just now? and then read very slowly, prefer to hear. Okay? So a lot of people they think that this kind of learner they are very slow learner. They are slow learner, but no. They learn things in a very quiet way. Okay? But once they gain the skill in studying, they learn very fast. Okay? And then the third one is kinesthetic learners. Okay, I'm sure if you see your classmates, okay, or the students in tuition centers, some of the students they are this kind of learners. Okay, I remember in my lesson, right, there used to be a student who could not sit still. Like all of us are sitting still, right? Okay, anyone is keep moving, let me know. Okay, so one of the students in my class, he keeps moving, like shaking legs, shaking hands. Okay, he need to shake something, shake his head, like the dog spitting out his tongues. Okay, very very funny. So you know why? Because he is what do you call it? 过动症, hyperactive. Okay, so remember this kind of people, right? We shouldn't give them sweets. If you give them sweets, they will shout, they will walk around, running around. Okay, so kinesthetic learners they learn by doing things. Okay, they like to do experiments. Okay, like in laboratory, they like to mix a lot of chemicals together. Anyone who is taking biology here, some of you are biology, or have you dissected the frogs before? Dissect the frog. Okay, I remember back in my secondary school time, we are divided into a few groups with 5 people in one group. Okay, we are told to dissect the frog. Okay, to see the internal organs of the frog. Okay, and then our groups, right? Most of the members in our group, including me, we are very afraid of dissecting the frog. Okay, because it's very cruel, inhumane. Okay, like you need to cut the frog's cut through the frog skin and then peel it off and then take out the organs and then the heart is still beating. Okay, I really can't do that. But one of our team members, okay, he is very brave. How he did that? He didn't dissect the frog. He chopped the frog. Literally, chop it and then split it into half and take out the organ. Everyone else, every other group member, right? They are very carefully dissecting it and then take around 10 minutes to dissect it. This guy, 1 second. Teacher, the heart is here. Okay? The biology teacher just stunned. Oh my god, okay? You are a serious killer. Yeah, so this kind of people, right, they are kinesthetic learners, okay? They learn things through solving real life problems. They like hands-on approaches, experiment, can't sit still, get fidgety, okay? So they can't sit still for very long. Take breaks when studying, and one more is suffer from short attention. Their attention is very short because some people they will look at the phones very, not some, most people nowadays. When the notification just came up, pop up, ding, and then they just take a look. And I ask them, okay, keep it, and then they'll take out, ding, take a look again. Okay, even if there's no notification, they will take a look at the phone. I say, why are you taking the phone? Oh, to see the time. To see the time, okay? Okay, so, so we have 4 types of learners: visual, listening, listener, kinesthetic, and one more is reading. Okay? Okay, let's go to the next part. Some I'll go through it faster because they are not so important. Okay? We'll go to next one. Okay. Now let's go to the time management. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to time management. Okay. Because now we are now having part-time study, right? Okay. So in normal time we are working. Okay. In the weekends we study, right? So it's very important to manage our time. Okay. So in this case, we need to prioritize our time according to its priorities. Okay. Some of us are very good at managing time, but some of us are bad. Okay. Especially those who like to put off things. We call it procrastinator. They like to procrastinate things. Okay. So later I will give you an activity. Okay. This is a video, a TED Talk okay, on how to manage time, okay, and what is the mind in the how is the mind of the procrastinator, okay. So this guy, Tim Urban, okay, he visualized what is inside our brain, what makes us put off our things at the last minute before the deadline, okay. So I'll show the video clips around 10 minutes, okay. Now this is the part which you will be assessed on your listening skills, okay. So after this video, there will be a session. We will do a very quick assessment, okay, which requires your smartphones. We'll do it together, okay? And there will be ranking. I think there's around 100 plus students here, right? There will be a ranking. So, okay, let me show you. Listen to the key points that I say in the talk, okay? The key elements, and then there will be 8 questions later on, okay?
So in college, I was a government major, which means I had to write a lot of papers. Now, when a normal student writes a paper, they might spread the work out a little like this. So, you get started maybe a little slowly, but you get enough done in the first week that with some heavier days later on, everything gets done and things stay civil. And I would want to do that like that. That would be the plan. I would have it all ready to go, but then actually the paper would come along, and then I would kind of do this. And that would happen to every single paper. But then came my 90-page senior thesis, a paper you're supposed to spend a year on. And I knew for a paper like that, my normal workflow was not an option. It was way too big a project. So I planned things out, and I decided I kind of had to go something like this. This is how the year would go. So I'd start off light, and I'd bump it up in the middle months. And then at the end, I would kick it up into high gear. It's just like a little staircase. How hard can I just walk up the stairs? No big deal, right? But then, funniest thing happened. Those first few months, they came and went, and I couldn't quite do stuff. So we had an awesome new revised plan. But then those middle months actually went by, and I didn't really write words. And so we were here. And then 2 months turned into 1 month, which turned into 2 weeks. And one day I woke up with 3 days until the deadline, still not having written a word. And so I did the only thing I could. I wrote 90 pages over 72 hours, pulling not one but 2 all-nighters. Humans are not supposed to pull 2 all-nighters. Sprinted across campus, dove in slow motion, and got it in just at the deadline. I thought that was the end of everything. But a week later, I get a call. And it's the school. And they say, "Is this Tim Urban?" And I say, "Yeah." And they say, "We need to talk about your thesis." And I say, "Okay." And they say, "It's the best one we've ever seen." That did not happen. It was a very, very bad thesis. I just wanted to enjoy that one moment when all of you thought, "This guy is amazing." No, it was very, very bad. Anyway, today I'm a writer, blogger guy. I write the blog Wait But Why. And a couple of years ago, I decided to write about procrastination. My behaviors always perplexed the non-procrastinators around me, and I wanted to explain to the non-procrastinators of the world what goes on in the heads of procrastinators and why we are the way we are. Now, I had a hypothesis that the brains of procrastinators were actually different than the brains of other people. And to test this, I found an MRI lab that actually let me scan both my brain and the brain of a proven non-procrastinator, and so I could compare them, and I actually brought them here to show you today, and I want you to take a look carefully to see if you can notice a difference. And I know that if you're not a trained brain expert, it's not that obvious, but just take a look, okay? So here's the brain of a non-procrastinator. Now, here's my brain. there is a difference. Both brains have a rational decision maker in them, but the procrastinator's brain also has an instant gratification monkey. Now, what does this mean for the procrastinator? Well, it means everything's fine until this happens. So the rational decision maker will make the rational decision to do something productive, but the monkey doesn't like that plan. So he actually takes the wheel, and he says, actually, let's read the entire Wikipedia page of the Nancy Kerrigan-Tanya Harding scandal, because I just remembered that happened. Then we're going to go over to the fridge. We're going to see if there's anything new in there since 10 minutes ago. After that, we're going to go on a YouTube spiral that starts with videos of Richard Feynman talking about magnets and ends much, much later with us watching interviews with Justin Bieber's mom. All of that's going to take a while, so we're not going to really have room on the schedule for any work today. Sorry. Now, what is going on here? The instant gratification monkey does not seem like a guy you want behind the wheel. He lives entirely in the present moment. He has no memory of the past, no knowledge of the future, and he only cares about two things: easy and fun. Now, in the animal world, that works fine. If you're a dog and you spend your whole life doing nothing other than easy and fun things, you're a huge success. And to the monkey, humans are just another animal species. He has to keep well slept, well fed, and propagating into the next generation. Which in tribal times might have worked okay. But if you haven't noticed, now we're not in tribal times. We're in an advanced civilization, and the monkey does not know what that is. Which is why we have another guy in our brain, the rational decision maker, who gives us the ability to do things no other animal can do. We can visualize the future. We can see the big picture. We can make long-term plans. And he wants to take all of that into account. And he wants to just have us do whatever makes sense to be doing right now. Now, sometimes it makes sense to be doing things that are easy and fun, like when you're having dinner, or going to bed, or enjoying well-earned leisure time. That's why there's an overlap. Sometimes they agree. But other times, it makes much more sense to be doing things that are harder and less pleasant for the sake of the big picture, and that's when we have a conflict. And for the procrastinator, that conflict tends to end a certain way every time, leaving him spending a lot of time in this orange zone, an easy and fun place that's entirely out of the make sense circle. I call it the dark playground. Now, the dark playground is a place that all of you procrastinators out there know very well. It's where leisure activities happen at times when leisure activities are not supposed to be happening. The fun you have in the dark playground isn't actually fun because it's completely unearned and the air is filled with guilt, dread, anxiety, self-hatred, all those good procrastinator feelings. And the question is, in this situation, with the monkey behind the wheel, how does the procrastinator ever get himself over here to this blue zone? A less pleasant place, but where really important things happen. Well, turns out that the procrastinator has a guardian angel, someone who's always looking down on him and watching over him in his darkest moments. Someone called the panic monster. Now, the panic monster is dormant most of the time, but he suddenly wakes up anytime a deadline gets too close or there's danger of public embarrassment, a career disaster, or some other scary consequence. And importantly, he's the only thing that the monkey is terrified of. Now, he became very relevant in my life pretty recently because people at TED reached out to me about 6 months ago and invited me to do a TED Talk. Now, of course, I said yes. It's always been a dream of mine to have done a TED Talk in the past.